I'm recording.
Oh, cool.
Hey, this is Ray Felix, Bronx Heroes Comic Con Live, and I'm here with Chris Duckett. Chris Duckett, what's up?
AKA Kurt Cyber.
Kurt Cyberg. What's up with that? What is that? Is like an anagram or something? What does Kurt Cyberg represent?
Kurt Cyberg is the other me.
The other you.
The other me.
You're too funny. Let me get my my thing up here so I can see the Facebook comment. Yeah, so how you been, man?
Working on my own book, trying to get that out of the way.
Yeah. I need to get back into the grind and start drawing again. It's been a while. It's been a long while since I've been drawing. I need to get that down. Got so many different projects to work on that are incomplete, you know, that we have to put together. So, you know, so we got one person here on Facebook. Let's see who is here. Let's see. If you have a comment on Twitch and Bronx Heroes on YouTube, we can see your comments. But if you're on Facebook, it's a little hard. So I have to look over here to my left on this to see the comments on the side. So you saw Batman for the second time, right? I mean, we both saw that. That was fun, right?
Well, I'm going to go and see it for the third time. I'm going to see it for the third time this Thursday.
You're going to invest 9 hours for...
Yeah, I'm going to invest 9 hours because my wife fell in love with Robert Pattinson.
I see Daquan is there. Hey, what's up, Daquan? How you doing? I will call you tonight. Don't worry about it. We'll continue our conversation. So what did you think about the Batman film, like the second time? Did you notice anything different from the first time?
Well, the jail scene, spoilers, which was
you didn't see it by now. Screw you.
If you didn't see it by now, there's something wrong.
Get your money right. Get your money right.
And
right. Okay.
Hold on one second.
Much respect to you, Daquan, as well. Yeah. So it's like
So the jail scene that reminded me of the Dark Knight was
I felt like it was a reboot of The Dark Knight. I feel that.
But there's a big difference. The dialogue was really amazing. The drama in that scene where you have Batman looking towards the side, like,
right.
Is he going to say who I am?
Yeah. He does say who he is, and
actually he says the name and says we didn't catch him, so he didn't know who Bruce Wayne was.
No, I think he clearly says you're Bruce Wayne under that mask, and then he tries to be ambiguous and then act like he doesn't know.
I think he really doesn't know. I think that's why Batman came out and said what he said. You're a nobody. After this, you're not even going to be known. It's your 5 minutes, your 15 minutes of fame. You're done. And that's why his character responded the way he responded, because he noticed that Riddler didn't know who he was. Yeah. He just knows that okay, this guy wears a mask. That's really him, the mask. And whoever he is underneath that mask is not him. So that was what I caught.
I think it's like that last Batman movie with Bane where he kills himself and then Alfred sees him at the end, and obviously he's dead because Alfred already talks about how he imagines seeing him with a girl, and then people were like start debating, was he dead? Did he die? Did Alfred's dream come true? But I think Alfred just was being delusional back in that Bane movie. What was it called? Dark Knight Rises.
Yeah. The film I don't like.
Yeah, not crazy about it.
That's Spider-Man 3. Same thing with Spider-Man 3. I didn't like it. You know, too much stuff going on and you can't complete it. You know, it seems like Nolan really didn't want to do the film, so it reminded me a lot of Sam Raimi.
Yeah.
Let me just fix this. Yeah, it reminded me a lot of Sam.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm trying to get my camera straightened out which way to go. Yeah,
but I have to say that there hasn't been a Batman movie in a while, and I think that was refreshing to see it. I would have preferred to see Ben Affleck's version, but
did you see the? Oh, if you could put his new uniform, I mean the uniform that he would have been. You seen the uniform?
Yeah, they had it. They had it on Instagram. A lot of people were posting it. I forgot who had it. I'll look it up over here. Yeah, it looked like Jim Lee's New 52 design.
But it would have been great. I mean, it would have been really a nice, uniform. It just fits. I mean, Ben Affleck can still do it.
Right.
But let's see if DC takes a scratch at it. Even if they don't do it with Ben Affleck, we could go with another guy playing Batman, wearing that costume. So
we're in endless Batman mode right now.
we're in Batman / James Bond.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Treat Batman like James Brown. James Bond.
Yeah.
They treat Batman like James Brown. Hit me. It's like
yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking for that now. I'm scrolling down. It's weird to see Instagram. I'm so used to seeing it on my phone. It's weird to see it on a computer.
Yeah.
It's very strange. It's like
so I'll give everybody a sneak peek. I gotta cover this.
Yeah, let's see what you got there. Let's take a look.
I gotta cover it. So let me change the camera. Everybody has to change the camera.
All right, let me see. I see your forehead and the light. Let me see.
There we go.
Let's see how this looks. Oh, it's coming out nice. I like that hand. That's a hand, right?
Yeah, it's a hand with two thumbs.
I was about to say that thumb looks a little off, but yeah.
Two thumbs and two index fingers.
Interesting.
Well, how? Just need another thumb on the other side. So yeah.
Let me ask your opinion about something. I'm just scrolling through Instagram here. What do you think about let me put this up. Let me share my screen over here. All right, this screen. Okay, here we go. I have to put this in the way so you can see it. Can you see it?
Yes.
So you got they're saying Black Superman, Black Batman, Jace Fox. I guess that's Lucius Fox's son, right? Wonder Woman Nubia and Val Zod. Now we already know that they're going to make a Black Superman movie, and it's not going to be Val Zod. So this person's just dreaming. It's going to be a Black Clark Kent. What do you think about them casting characters? I don't know if they're actually casting these people to play these characters, or if this is just like a fan thing. But what do you think about that?
Well, wow.
From the Black perspective.
I'm trying to get into the Black perspective of things.
Mm-hmm.
But once again, I'm going to tell you this, and I hope people realize, become creators.
Mm-hmm.
Become a creator, and then have somebody else come and change your character.
Right.
And they're not changing your character for ability. They're changing your character racially, and then they're telling you, because of your actions, we feel that we need to change it to make it feel like you're not racist. And the thing is
they're just pandering. You think they're just pandering?
Yeah. The thing is that, we've gotten into a stage of people not realizing everybody on this planet has you have the age of creation, but they forgot how to create.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And they make up this lie.
Mm-hmm.
They make up this real good lie and say that this is one of the things that somebody said to me from that owns a comic book shop,
Right.
and said that, the most ridiculous thing to me, who buys new characters?
Right.
Now, the thing is, one,
Yeah, the
I guess
Chinese Superman. I didn't know there was a Chinese Batman. I knew about or Wonder Woman. I knew there was a Chinese Superman. I didn't know there
yeah, I
was.
knew about the Superman. I know
I
about the
didn't know
Hulk.
about Batman or Wonder Woman. Yeah, I didn't know about that.
But
The Hulk
but
was Korean, yeah.
but overall, back to our conversation, is that the thing is that create a character. Create a character. It's been happening for years, creating new characters.
Mm-hmm.
The only reason why a character wouldn't sell is because you don't have a good story.
Right.
You don't have a good format that sells that character.
Right.
And I mean, when Spawn came out, everybody ran for Spawn. When Jim Lee came out with Wildcats, everybody went for Wildcats. What happened to the years in the 2000s that all of a sudden somebody, oh, I'm not buying that character? And that's because you don't know how to create then.
Right.
So anybody gives an excuse that nobody's going to buy anything new, that's because either those people can't read and go by just image, or the person that created the character can't sell it. I am tired of people taking original characters and creating them to their own, oh, this is what we're going to do with the character. Now, I understand on film, I understand on television, if you take a known character and you change him racially, and it's because anybody can act. But when it comes to the paper form, no, don't change the character.
Right.
And what we spoke about on your last show is that this multiverse is horrible. It's disgusting.
It's getting exhausting. That's like let's steal every independent person's character and turn them into like a Spider-Man or a Batman.
Yeah.
That's what they're doing. That's what I feel about the multiverse thing, because they're not using established multiverse characters that they've always had. They're basically mirroring things they see at conventions or what they see at cosplayers creations and basically that's what I think they're doing.
They're taking from every independent person that had fun doing the character and drawing it themselves and saying, hey, I would like the character to look this way. And then they just take it. They own it.
Exactly.
It's just exploiting everybody for what they're worth. And I think that as far as Marvel and DC, we need to get back to the main grit of the story, which were their main characters. And if you're going to make up a new character, don't make it Miles Morales Spider-Man. It doesn't have to be Spider-Man. Just make it a new character, without the Spider-Man abilities. Let's give it a new character that's going through some issues.
Yeah, he could have been like a new Tarantula, which they don't even use or whatever.
I wouldn't even say Tarantula. Stay away from characters that are already known.
Yeah.
We need to make up new characters. You could tell that they're going deadheads, smoke all that stuff that everybody's smoking, and then they come in a comic book company and they're working there. So, yo, you want to know what I just created? What you created, man? I created Spider-Man.
Right.
We already got Spider-Man. No, you don't.
Oh, it's a character called Hive that looks just like Spider-Man.
Yeah. See.
Not to hate on anybody's creativity, but come on now. Come on now.
Same thing, man.
I was like, what? What the hell?
But as far as I'm concerned, create new characters. I mean, you got independent people all the time creating new characters. Good example. Oblivion the movie.
Right.
Oblivion the movie. The guy that directed the movie also drew the comic book and directed. He directed the movie.
That was a good movie.
It was a decent film. But he also did the book. He wrote it and drew it.
Right.
Why people can't get into new characters, because I guess they're not real
They don't even
creative.
realize that they're new characters. What I find funny is that because there's a lot of comic book movies that people don't know were comic books, you know?
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot of stuff that was out there that like I was watching what is that called? Aliens versus Cowboys or something like that, or Cowboys and Aliens or whatever.
That was a comic book.
That was a comic book. And what's funny is like I never saw that movie because when I saw the poster, I was like, that just sounds corny. But actually I watched the movie finally and it was damn good. It was actually a really good.
I didn't like the movie, and the comic book was drawn not drawn to perfection in my terms, but
I never saw the comic, but
I have.
Yeah. But I thought it was clever.
Yeah, I mean, you got to give the guy credit. I mean, I give the guy credit that his book became a movie. I mean,
yeah, I mean,
Scott Pilgrim. Scott Pilgrim. Look at that, Scott Pilgrim.
Yeah, Scott Pilgrim was
You
also
know,
a comic book.
I
was hoping they'd make a sequel to that film.
Yes, I was hoping so too, with the same actors, but they just had an anniversary thing, I think, during the pandemic, where all the actors came on Instagram and did a video, shoot, really cool.
Very cool. Yeah. I found it. I finally found it. So let's take a look at this. I'm gonna share the screen again. Okay. Anyone have any questions about what we're saying? Feel free to ask questions. Let me see. Oh, my thing just keeps quitting. If you're on YouTube or Twitch, we can see it here. We can post your questions live. If it's on Facebook, we cannot. I don't know why, but we'll see. Whoop, it looks like he canceled himself out. What happened? He's got to put himself back in. Let's see. Go to share screen. Chris will come back. And here we go. So let's see if we can get Chris back in the broadcast room. This is the Batman costume that we were talking about. All right. What happened? You blanked out.
Yeah. I got knocked off for a second. That suit is nice.
That looks really good, right?
Yes.
So this is the concept art for when Ben Affleck was actually doing. This is official artwork from, and it looks good because if you look at the pads and stuff, this is exactly like what Jim Lee had designed. The bat is actually similar to the one they went with whatever his name is, Patterson. I think it's cool. I like the boots and the knee pads and the pants. These look like biker pants, like motorcycle pants,
A little bit tighter than Patterson was wearing what? Looked like sweatpants.
Yes. Emo. I just couldn't stop thinking. I was like, he's like the emo Batman. Like I was like Peter Murphy, like Bella Lugosi's dead, or like Robert Smith's The Cure. They were really going for this, and then they had the Nirvana music going on. And I was like, yeah, he was kind of broody like Kurt Cobain. There's a lot of broodiness. And the thing about, I don't care that, it's an interesting take on it. It's fine. But the interesting thing about Batman that makes him interesting is that he has a dual personality. He does have a secret identity, and his secret identity is Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
And that's something that he honed to build a public face.
Hold on, give me 1 second. Give me one second.
And I think that Hollywood is yet to obviously realize that, I think that Ben Affleck's version was definitively the Batman for me. This film I thought was good as a one shot, but I don't know if I want to see Robert Pattinson in 2 more movies. I just don't think so. He's too skinny as Batman. He's like the Karate Kid in a Batman suit, It's like when the Karate Kid came out, nobody believed that he was going to beat the blonde kid, whatever, the Cobra Kai guy. And then you see it now, even though he's thicker and older, he's just like, no, you're not. Sorry, man, you're not going to beat this guy. It's just not believable.
Well, I noticed that they didn't have him take steroids like everybody else, but
yeah, He was
I don't
bold.
know. I look at it like this. His performance was fantastic.
He was.
I don't know. I look at it like this. His performance was fantastic.
He was good, but he was bold.
Uh,
He can't do all that stuff. I'm sorry, he's just not in that shape.
he didn't show no. I don't know. I see Bruce Wayne as the playboy. You know,
Mm-hmm.
period. I don't care how old he is.
Mm-hmm.
He's just got a different point of view on things
Yeah,
as
he would be
far as
more of a playboy when he's younger, right? I think he would be more of a playboy when he was younger. So,
he was still a playboy. I mean,
mm-hmm.
all right, let's get in some Batman. I mean, it's just, you know, I just look at it like this. It's it's the way Bruce Wayne is. I mean,
Yeah,
they just took that away.
this is hilarious.
I noticed that if you read Batman Year One and you jump to Lee Weeks' drawing
Right,
this,
right.
it's so cool. Oh, that was funny. That was hilarious.
There you go. There's a thing on his face. Yeah, let me stop sharing.
He's
Yeah,
gonna do. He's
let me
gonna
see
do the
that.
voice.
Let's see the Lee Weeks drawing again. Let's see it.
Oh, the Lee Weeks.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find my Year One book. I had it over here, but you know,
Yeah, it's pretty good.
it's
I felt that there was just I really felt that as much as I liked it, there were too many parallels to the Dark Knight. Like I felt like they were playing the Riddler like they were playing the Joker, and I thought that was a mistake. Riddler is his own unique character. But I think he spoke to a lot of these younger generations, like these introverts that are like on the computer and hackers and stuff like that. I think my son loved the Riddler more than he loved the Batman. Yeah, it's very cool. Yeah, yeah, this stuff was really cool. I mean, I think that he was well written, but I felt like he was too similar to the Riddler. Somebody just left. I guess they're afraid. They don't like. I don't want to know about the movie. I didn't see it yet. it's like. So,
I would advise everybody, if you're going to watch us, please leave a comment. Don't just get on it and
leave a comment.
leave us alone. Say something.
Say something. Yeah. If you see something, say something.
I
didn't see the movie yet. Shut up. Then that's fine too. You can say that, but I'm not going to stop. But but it's
yeah.
But it's good to know your opinion. Yeah. I mean, I think it's fine. Everyone should be open to an opinion.
Look at this great shot. Look at this great shot.
Yeah. That's
yeah.
not year one, though, is it? That's year one?
No, this is not year one. This is
that's more.
This is years later by Lee Weeks and Tom King. What I like about Tom King's writing in this is that it seems like all he was doing was going through year one.
But I felt like Tom King got stuck somewhere. When he started, it was good, and then it just got stuck. And I felt like I was reading like a Kevin Smith movie or something like that. The way the characters were talking, I was like, "No, I can't take this anymore." I literally quit the book, and then I started again when he left, like his last storyline with the Batman, which I didn't understand. Talking about the comics now, it's safe, right? We're not going to ruin the movie for everybody, but the Flashpoint Batman being Thomas Wayne, the way that story ended, where he was happy that he was able to communicate a letter to his son in the other world, that he was Batman. He didn't continue that. He made him like a villain trying to kill Batman, saying that he was trying to save him, which didn't make any sense. He's like, "I'll be Batman. You could live your regular life as Bruce Wayne, but you're not his son." It didn't make it. That to me was a stupid storyline. And killing Alfred made no sense either. If Alfred was the loyal person that raised you, why would you kill him? It didn't make any sense. That would make more sense if it was the Injustice, the Crime Syndicate Batman, who was the owl in the Crime Syndicate. That would make more sense, but not, who was also Thomas Wayne. But that would not make any sense. That made no sense to me. Tom King's run, and then he had that crisis. That health crisis comic, I didn't know, whatever it was called, something crisis. And then he made Wally West a murderer, which I thought that was even dumber. Like, what are you doing?
Well, that's a different universe, you know.
No, that's the main universe, the main DC universe. They brought back the white Wally West because because they had the black Wally West because of the TV show. They turned Wally West black in the comics, but then they brought back the white Wally West from the '80s in Rebirth, from the '80s version, and they made him a
Yeah.
murderer.
Hold on one second. Hold on one second.
Yeah. So anyway, that's what I was saying about Tom King. Is this, I don't really care for his writing. And
well, I mean, the question I would say the question that I have for that is, I don't know. Comic book companies seem to be funny right now, and I'm not holding back anything. The way I look at it is the writer really the writer, or is the editor, or is the company leading the writer to do what they want the writer to do?
Yeah, I don't know, because even the Tinian and the Fourth stuff wasn't much better either,
Yeah. So I mean, you probably have, you got this writer that's, he's writing all of a sudden good, and then all of a sudden it starts to dump down. Is the writer getting tired of the book,
Right.
and just wants to get on something else?
Right.
So
doesn't seem like there's energy in there,
Yeah, it starts off with a lot of energy. Another thing is that we need to get into once again, we need to get into a long-term one artist on a book at least for a year.
Yeah.
Not 2-3 issues and then somebody else comes and cover him because he had the flu.
Well, Tom King was on there for like over a year because I stopped reading. He's the reason I stopped reading Batman. It didn't matter.
Yeah, but I mean, he's the writer.
Yeah, he was a writer. But the artist, they need an artist team.
Yeah, they need an artist.
Like Alan Davis was a staple. Like Paul Nearly, Alan Davis on a book for a year or so was great. Or like having a John Byrne on a book for a few years. You don't see that anymore because they're hiring a lot of their artists overseas and they're paying them a pittance. So,
yeah. But still, I just look at it like this. Hire one artist. Mm-hmm. Even if he is overseas, hire him, make him work.
But they don't even guys like Rudy Nebres that are like been drawing since the 70s, like Master of Kung Fu and all these other Power Man and Iron Fist. This guy's 85 years old and he still kicks ass. He's an amazing artist. I don't know if I ever showed you what he drew for me, but it's like,
yeah, you showed me.
He's amazing. It's like, why aren't they hiring this guy? He's still alive. He's still cranking out work. He's making like serious dough at conventions doing commissions. Why aren't they? Where's the Michael Zex?
Let me. I need to ask all the major companies, Marvel and DC.
Yeah, why aren't they hiring these?
Why aren't you hiring your original older artists that can actually crank out some good work?
Right.
If you're looking for the new school,
they're still in demand.
Yeah. I wouldn't say that they're still in demand like that, but I would go like
the people at the shows create lines. They're still in demand. People still know who they are. People still want their prints. They want commissions. That's the young people. This generation, I would say the last 2 generations, don't have those artists to go to. They don't have an artist by name. They can't say, oh, that's Jack Kirby, or that's Steranko, or that's John Byrne, or that's Buscema. They don't have that. You know what I mean? Because all the art looks the same. There's a lot of good artists out there drawing for these books, but they're not. They look cookie cutter. They look similar to each other. Like, I like Ivan Reis's stuff, but Ivan Reis looks he's like a cross between Jim Lee and George Perez, And Phil Jimenez, same thing. I love Phil Jimenez's work, but I like it because it looks like George Perez. They don't have their own voice. They're like copycats. I hate to say it, but the copycats, it's like they don't have their own look. And I'm not trying to like slander their art. They're still masterful artists, but they don't have their own voice, And they'll never be George Perez because you're imitating George Perez. you know.
Well, I mean, I see difference in their work,
But
through
it's
their stroke lines. There's similarities,
but it's
but
not their stroke, it's the inker, whoever the inker is on their work that's doing it, you know.
but
Like, where's Rodney Ramos's work? He was a great inker. He's a great artist. I don't see his stuff on books anymore. I want to see the people that I grew up with drawing. Where's Steve Dillon? Where's where's all these
yeah,
guys?
I want to see their work until
Yeah.
they're not
Where's
working, until they're not here.
like
But
where's
I'm
Glenn
sorry to say
Ferrari?
that.
I can look at all the wall here. Where are these guys? I don't see them doing anything. Joe State, and I don't see him doing anything.
Arthur Adams is,
Adams. Where's Arthur Adams? Where's
yeah.
and Stephen Harris? I mean, these guys are doing like a lot of indie stuff, independent titles. Where are these guys? They should be.
I am.
Larry
Let's,
Stroman. I want to read an X-Men book with Larry Stroman's art in it. Where is it?
yeah, yeah.
All these guys I grew up with. Not that there's not room for anybody else, but it's just like, you know, it's like there's plenty of room. They got all these books out there with artists that look the same, and all those guys I just mentioned have their own look, their own style. You look at it, you know who it is. It's like walking into a museum. That's Picasso. That's Van Gogh. That's
Yeah.
Andy Warhol. That's what art is. It's like now it's like that's a Superman artist, that's a Batman artist. And then when you go to Artist Alley, you don't even know who drew for the company and who didn't, because everyone's doing the fan art stuff. So
Well, another thing on top of that is that I noticed this thing about Artist Alley. Why there's guys with posters of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, all these other stuff, like that's what they perfected as an artist at home, and they're trying to make it seem like they work for the company and never did.
right.
Being a
Yeah, exactly.
it's like, what's going on? Are you really who you say you are?
Yeah.
And I don't see the Marvel and the DCs saying anything about that.
Exactly. Like we got you got Daquan over here, QW unprocessed. Great call, Bronx Heroes. I like your perspective. Thank you. Yeah, Daquan's a cool guy. I gotta give him a call. We're supposed to actually be talking to him instead of being on this thing. So I gotta call him. Don't worry, man. I'm gonna call you before I leave.
You should put him on the show. Put him on the show. Ask your questions on the show.
Daquan, why don't you come on up? Our surprise guest. We're gonna send Daquan the link. There we go. We're gonna put him in there. Daquan, take a look at your messenger. We're gonna put you in. We're not two birds out with one stone. There we go. We're gonna put you in the StreamYard. Let's see.
Yeah.
Daquan, go to your Facebook. I'm going to send you the link right here. Come join us. So you got a link to get into the stream. Yeah. And another thing is, we're launching the Punchline thing through Kickstarter. It was supposed to launch today. Actually, it was supposed to launch Saturday, but I didn't realize that you had to go. This is my first time doing a Kickstarter, and I didn't realize you had to actually go through this whole approval process. I thought you just loaded up and ready to go. So I was ready to go, and now I'm in this waiting period to get approved. Like, oh man. He said, no messenger for me tonight. He says, tonight is all you two. Thank you, man. Yeah. So like, that's cool, man. Yeah. So I think that you're always welcome, Day. You're always welcome, but yeah, it's just like, I don't know. I just feel like Kickstarter and all these other things are just like, it kind of throws you off, right? It's just like, oh yeah, I'm like psyched. I'm like posting every day, 24 hours, I'm doing a countdown, and then I'm like, wait a second, this thing is not launching. What's going on? It's like, I was like, I got to talk to Sam Bearer about this. Why isn't this thing launching? What's going on? So now it's going to be delayed.
Delayed for how long?
That's a good question. I don't know. I don't know, but I was able to get my site up. My site was down for about a month because it Square merged with Square had merged with what they call that Square, and so I was able to bring it back up. So if you weren't able to see the website, you could get the books without Kickstarter if you want. So if you want to take a look at it, we have it right here. We have put a new page on it. Still got to make some updates, but the book is already here for sale. If you go to comic books, on the store here, you have it down here. If you want to click here, and you can get the book right here. Punchline Volume 2 is up for grabs, people. Show your love to the indies.
Oh,
And it's actually
I'm
good.
I'm trying to draw Robert Pattinson's Batman
Right.
real quick.
You're sketching it out now?
Yeah, I just started sketching this just to
Let's
do
take a look
some.
at it. Let's take a look.
Give me a second. Let me figure this out.
So before we end up doing our actual let's see. Let me make you the main screen. Let's take a look at this solo layout. There we go. That looks good, Chris. That's pretty good.
Yeah, so
Nice. Yeah, my heart is my heart breaks every time I see Batman. I like it. I always wanted to be a Batman artist. That was my dream.
I think that's a lot of people's attitude towards Batman. I mean, Batman is like the way we see a lot of us have seen Spider-Man. I mean,
Yeah, Spider-Man's another title I would love to draw. When I was a kid, I wanted to draw Spider-Man. I wanted to draw Batman. And then the unusual characters like the Question. I love Denny O'Neil's Question with
Cowan.
Dennis Cowan. Yeah.
Yeah.
I loved his style. Cowan and Sinkovitz. I don't know if you saw that Question book that came out by Black Label. That was really good. That
No,
was
I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it.
really good. What a combination, What a combination. And it's those are like again another artist that stand out. Denny's Cowan. You're like, it's like, man, it's like he just did something recently, but it's just like, why isn't this guy on a monthly book? It doesn't make sense.
Mhm.
There's room for everybody, right?
There's a lot of things that are.
I should try to reach out to Dennis Cowan and ask him for some like commission a cover of Bronx Heroes. Good luck.
See what he says.
Probably curse me out first. He's a character. Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta.
He's a character.
I don't know. You gotta look and see what.
Black Power. Yeah. Yeah.
I would say no. Be honest with you, Ray.
Mhm.
Don't put somebody in a book just because they're black. Let me put you on Black Power. Let me put you on Black Power. Try to
No,
do other things.
I would put him on Black Power. I would like to have him do Black Power, Heavy Traffic, and The Roach, all three of them together. No. I'm not putting black people on the book just because they're black. Chris, you drew The Roach. What are you talking about?
I'm just saying, as you got Trevor, you had Paris. I would try to put him on Heavy Traffic. Leave him on Heavy Traffic.
Those are my favorite artists growing up. So that's it's just like Dream Team. Who's my dream team? Obviously you. You're my dream team. Trevor is dream team. Paris, he was dream team. That's dream team turned nightmare. But I love Paris.
Hey.
I mean, no hate on Paris. I love Paris. But it was like dealing with deadlines and stuff. That was an issue. But who else is dream? Michael Golden. I would love to have Michael Golden do something, but that's been a struggle. Tex, obviously. People that I grew up, loving their work, like Chris Bachalo. I would love to have Chris Bachalo.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Jose Luis Garcia Lopez. Those are the ones that really stand out to my brain, like just pop out. Joe Staten. Joe Staten, he did a cool Black Power. He did a pinup for me, and Larry Stroman. I mean, I loved Larry Stroman's X-Men. Every artist I've chosen for the books that when we publish is someone that I grew up with, someone that I enjoyed. Like enjoyed their art, enjoyed their storytelling.
Yeah, yeah.
That's the way I see it. That's the way I see it. I see it as, and most of those artists are black. What can I tell you? It's like, it's just like, what's my go-to for music? Like what's like the first thing that comes to mind? James Brown. It's like, like Alexa, play James Brown. Or like Alexa, play some Miles Davis, or I'm sorry, the music is, it's like, I don't think Alexa, play Vanilla Ice. That doesn't come to mind. That's
Yeah,
not.
I'm just saying in particular,
You
you
got to
want to
go
stretch it.
with flavor.
You want to stretch it. Yeah, I mean, put one of them on Punchline. I mean, get it pushed out where it's hitting out. I wouldn't just put them on. It's just that when somebody says black, I mean, look how many characters we got turning black. So I mean, it's like.
Well, we've been doing it for over a decade, so
Oh,
we were doing
I
it
don't
when
know
nobody
if
was doing
everybody
it.
heard about this, that Jeffrey Wright has been threatened about playing Commissioner Gordon.
Are you kidding me?
And the
That's the
funny
best
thing about
Commissioner
it is
Gordon.
that I bet you the people that are threatening him are the same people that accepted Samuel Jackson as Nick Fury.
Yeah.
They forgot that Nick Fury, I guess these are people from
But who played Nick Fury before him? David Hasselhoff. Come on.
David Hasselhoff,
Give me a break.
worst guy to play,
It was okay, but it's like,
You know what? I forgot. Just think about this. His Nick Fury had a car that spoke to him and called him Nick.
did it really? Like,
No, I'm just saying. Hello, Nick.
yeah.
Would you like turbo boost?
Yeah. You got Daquan said, "That's damn good, Chris." There you go. You got a fan there. Thank you, Daquan. Yeah. Daquan, I don't recall. Did you ever draw? Daquan was a former student of mine, like a more than a decade ago. Me and Gary Cohn. Did you draw Daquan? I remember you were a wrestler too. Daquan was one of my wrestlers, and he was a good wrestler, man. He was really good. But I know he's in my art class, but I don't know. Did you draw? If you're still there, you could chime in. But I know you did the computer stuff too, like the animation stuff. But let's see. He said I attempted to draw. I did. Nah, man, you should have came on and show us some of your artwork. Then we let us be the judge. Let us be the judge. Because I do remember you were in the comic book class, in the comic writing class, you were in the animation class. You were busy in that stuff,
This is as far as I got on that Batman.
That's pretty quick. You did that pretty fast.
As far as I got on the Batman, but
I can't draw Batman without feeling pain in my chest, After that DC lawsuit, I'm like, I don't want to draw these guys. And I enjoy the character. He's like, but it's just like, I don't know, it brings painful memories. It's like I got PTSDs from Batman. even though I do love the character. Like I can't, like the only reason I was buying Batman, to be honest, from 2010 all the way till right before during the shutdown, I was reading Batman still, was because I felt that I had to read it to make sure that nothing that I wrote or presented ever showed up in there. That's the reason I was reading comics, period. It was almost like, let me see what's going on. Curiosity, but I wasn't getting much enjoyment from it. I mean, and that's because the stories weren't that good either, I mean, they turned Captain America into a Hydra agent. They made him look like the American. It's like,
well, I like that story. I like the way that story. That was another multiverse.
Yeah, it was.
Thing.
It started good, but I don't think it ended good. The way it ended was kind of a little corny. They don't know. They don't know how to end their stories. That's what it is. You get a good thread. I don't know. You should, whenever you're writing a story, I feel like, number one, it should be impactful. It should capture your attention immediately. Two, it shouldn't linger too long. You need to have some characterization and have some backstory, but it should all come full circle. And you can't help but have some loose threads sometimes, but you should do as little. You can't always tie everything up. You want to leave some things to the imagination, but you want, if you put a question or pose a question to the reader out there or create doubt in the mind of a certain character, you want that answered. You know.
Wow, it seems like you're talking to the writers of The Walking Dead. It sounds like you're talking to the writers of The Walking Dead. I mean, they stay on one major bad guy, and the bad guy stays on the show for four seasons. It's like, man, I can't watch this no more. I mean, what's the love? And then the main characters that are supposed to fight the bad guy seem to be quitting the show. The people that play those main characters, they quit and say that they're going back to their families and their country. So hey, goodbye. So I'm calling out Andrew Lincoln. But I just find it funny what you just said. Characterization and stuff like that in writing.
It's so important. It's just like with my animation class, right, that I'm teaching. I try to drive home storyboard. Story. You have to have a story, and it's like, or they'll like animate a main character. I'm like, okay, there's a blank space behind them. Where are they? What year is it? What's their environment? I said, if you're playing a video game, you wouldn't like that game unless it had an environment.
Well, you remember what you were taught in school, in elementary school. What, where, and when.
Right.
They don't know the 3 W's.
Yeah, exactly.
Another thing is that our
they know, I don't know. It's like, you don't know. You're drawing a character. It looks great. What's the story behind it? Yeah, and reading. That's true.
They don't. You got a lot of people that don't read anymore. There's no reading because everything is seen.
Absolutely.
Everything is seen. So since everything is seen, they don't have no connection. They don't know how to connect when it comes to writing.
Exactly. Yeah.
And it affects them later on.
Yeah, exactly. If you're on Facebook, we can't see your comments because my Facebook keeps quitting out over here on my iPad. But Daquan says 3D animation 100%. The credit highly goes to you and Kurt. I wasn't too good at sketching quickly as Kurt just demonstrated, or even knowing what to think about as I touched the blank canvas. You shouldn't feel bad. I have the same thing. Sometimes I just sit down. I'm like, what do I draw? Or even with painting. I don't know if you know this, Dave, but I was like a painter and a sculptor before I was into the comics. And every time I approach a canvas, like I always wanted to paint my characters, and I just couldn't for whatever reason. Hold on a second. Tom's calling me. So, and I still get that sometimes. So that's okay. That's okay to hit that blank spot. Hey, Tom, you want to join us? We're over here online. Online what?
Well, my thing is that if you, I don't know if anybody can hear me or, okay, I'm still live. I'm sure I'm still live. But anyway, when it comes to drawing, you put a challenge up for yourself. Let's say it's some guy that sees you somewhere on a train, on a bus, or in a park, and they just come up to you and go, why don't you draw this? And then just go at it. What's your favorite superhero?
The Poison Officer. Yeah.
Thank you, Poison. People, if somebody comes up to you and say, hey, you're an artist, of course you're going to say, yeah, I'm an artist. And they challenge yourself.
Mm-hmm.
What's your favorite character?
Exactly.
So That's what I go for. If somebody says, "What's your favorite character?" Now your brain has to think. Either you look up the reference on the character's suit.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you could draw a body, you could draw anybody.
Right. True.
You
Very
know.
true. Very true.
So, real quick,
I mean, I have to look at reference. I mean, I know you don't like to look at reference, but I look at reference like, like that guy that we were looking at, the other guy, Dan Atkins, the swipe master.
well, I mean,
I look
I
at
don't consider that super reference. I think that if you don't know how to do it, then you look up the reference.
No, it's Marty. Yeah.
Exactly. Right now, I'm going to tell you this. I'm doing a Spider-Man for Anyone Comics.
Yeah.
Or Everyone Comics.
Yeah.
Because the owner of the comic book shop won a thing that I put out on Facebook.
Right.
I said, which movie did Peter Parker kill Batman, Winter Soldier, John Connor,
right,
and Elvis Presley's granddaughter?
I don't know. Is that a real comic book?
No, it's a movie.
It's a real movie?
Yes, it's a real movie. Anybody got the answers here?
Anyone got the answer? Poison Elf. That's Marty. How's it going? Do you have an answer for that? I have no idea. So you're saying symbolically?
Once again, which movie did Peter Parker kill Batman / Bruce Wayne?
Give a hint. Give a hint.
Winter Soldier.
Right.
And John Connor, Terminator, and Elvis Presley's granddaughter. And it's not an animated, it's live action.
Really?
The only thing I could give you, it's on Netflix.
Again, if you're on Facebook, you might have to give us a question on Twitch or YouTube Live because we cannot see it on Facebook because my iPad is acting up. It's like it keeps quitting every time I restart it. All right, Poison Elf is thinking about it. Let's see. Let's see. But yeah, I don't know. I can't think of it.
You want to go on your computer and look up the research?
No, I'm not gonna even bother. Just tell me, goddamn it.
I'm not gonna tell you why everybody's on. I'm not gonna tell you why everybody's on. But
it's like,
Demetrius actually won.
Really? Yeah, I see.
Yeah. Is it a trick question? We're talking about the actor.
Yeah,
yes, we're talking about
the movie with the actors in it. Yeah.
Okay. What? Tom Holland. Robert Pattinson.
Robert Pattinson.
What's his name that played Winter Soldier?
Spider-Man. I never saw him in a movie. Oh, I do. It's that. Well, I know what movie it is.
No, now you know. Now you know.
I'm thinking it's that Amazon movie with the chick who played Ray. Is that the one where they can think and you can see their thoughts?
No,
it's not that one. No. That's the only other Tom Holland movie I want. Sorry, I'm not really a fan of Tom Holland. He's like the millennial Michael J. Fox.
That's cold. That's cold.
Is it someone answered it right? Oh, I see my question trying. Let's see. Daquan, do you know the answer by any chance?
Someone answered it already. I only see
no one answered it yet.
You and myself trying. Nobody answered it yet.
Nobody else answered it. I gotta check YouTube. Let me see YouTube. I gotta check the YouTube to see if anyone's just give us the answer. You're killing me here.
I can't give you the answer.
Come on, stop.
That's cheating.
It's not cheating. Just give it up. Spill the beans.
So in this competition, Demetrius gave the correct answer. And what I said is that whoever first answered it, I would have to draw them Spider-Man, Batman, and Winter Soldier.
No.
So right now I'm working on
I'm not kidding.
I'm working on a Spider-Man.
someone answered it. Poison Elf. Somebody answered it on Instagram, right? Is that what you said?
They answered it on Facebook.
On Facebook. Okay, but that's not today. That was another time. But I didn't get it. I don't think I am because I haven't seen enough Tom Holland movies. I know there's that new movie that he's in, but I haven't seen that. Is it that new one that's in the theater?
Nope.
You got me. Anyway, you're not gonna give us the answer. Come on, don't be a jerk. Come on, just tell us
I
the
can't
answer.
give you the answer. If I give you the answer, that means that you're not really paying attention to what.
I never saw the movie. Tom Holland. I'm gonna look it up.
Poison, do you want the answer?
Tom Holland.
Shaquan, do you want the answer? Anybody?
Yes, they want the answer. That's why they're like, "Oh, fuck this! I'm out of here."
Let's see. I want to see your question. I need to see the questions.
What movie they're in? See, I'm Googling it. I don't even see it. The Devil All the Time? Is that it?
There you go.
Right. That's the answer. The Devil All the Time. I had to die. All right. So Poison Elf says, I'm thinking of a easily crazy countergoes. I never saw that movie. The Devil All the Time. Yeah, she said yes, she wanted to see it. So it's The Devil All the Time is the movie. Now I gotta see it. Now that you put it out there. So was it like a Clue type of movie? You had me thinking like Knives Out or something, but he wasn't in.
No, see, I it's not a Clue film. It's a film based on I would say almost close to Mice and Men. Right. And stuff like that, but it was a really good film. If you're really into drama and stuff like that.
Right. Yeah, I was never gonna get that because I never saw the movie.
So I'm working on the Spider-Man.
Like honestly, if I see a Tom Holland movie like that new one that's out there, I was like, I'm not, I'm not 15. I'm not gonna go.
Well, you gotta be in the video games if you see that film. So.
I'm not gonna go rushing to a Tom Holland.
Intriguing as the prize art is, I wouldn't know. Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's not my go-to. That's not my go-to. Being in a Tom Holland, it's like The Rock. The Rock's in a movie. I'm not gonna go rush to see The Rock. He's cool. He's a good actor. But I'm not a Rock fan. That's not me. I don't know.
Yeah. So right now, anybody want to see the Spider-Man that I'm working on? I mean,
let's see the Spider-Man you're working on. Let's give Chris the let's see what he's got here. I feel like we're in that old Stan Lee public access TV show. Yeah. Let's see what you got there. Let's see. Let's see. Tom, see actors. Oh, it says device is not connected. Let's see, Tom. Oh, that looks cool. Hey, that looks damn good. Woo! He said, "Take your time, Chris."
Who said take my time?
Daquan.
I don't need.
Looks like Tom's trying to get in, but it's not going in. That looks good.
Is he on the right page?
Yeah. Right. Yeah, he's on the right page. He's trying to go through his iPad. It may not work through his iPad.
Actually, what's the problem is so.
Yeah, it might have to go through his laptop. Yeah. That looks pretty good. I haven't drawn a spider. That looks, I would say the shape of the head, that's very Romita Sr. Very classic Spider-Man. Well, let's try your quiz. What's your quiz, Poison Elf? Let's see. What is it? Let's see. Let me go through. Let's see. Oh, she says, in what movie does a replicant use a shotgun and a shopping cart?
Replicant?
That has to be Blade Runner 2089, right? Well, I don't remember a shopping cart in that movie.
Is it a comic book or a film?
Oh, maybe it's the first Blade Runner. Yeah, maybe the first Blade Runner. There must have been a shopping cart in that one. Was that correct?
No, there was no shotgun. A replicant shooting a gun. Besides, what's his name from the beginning? That old actor.
A live action movie, not Blade Runner. Well, I think about Ghost in the Shell, which should have been the Blade Runner sequel. Like Blade.
Is there a prize in this?
Let's see. I don't know. Now he's out. She's like, nope. Let's see.
So I would say it's a film with Bruce Willis. Am I correct?
That would be Fifth Element, but there's no shopping cart in there.
No, it's not. It's not Fifth Element. It's way after that.
Bruce Willis is like Sam Jackson. They're like in everything now. It's like she said no, but nice memory. I don't remember. Shopping cart replicant. So how many movies use that term replicant? You got me thinking now.
Well, there's a film with Keanu Reeves.
Oh yeah, Johnny Mnemonic, right?
No, you're picking all the wrong films and all the wrong timing.
I don't know. My brain's. I've seen too much crap. All the binging during the pandemic. I can't. Like I just saw Why the Last Man. That was good, but they canceled the second season before they even aired the first. And that was a great show. Why would you cancel that? I don't know why you would cancel that show. I mean, that was
one. We need to stop canceling for no reason. That's another thing. I think there's.
I don't mean cancel. I mean cancel as in they lost budget or whatever. Like whatever.
No, it was canceled because of something else. But we need to get into reasons for canceling and reasons for bad writing.
Yeah.
Write a story. This is what's messing up everything.
Yeah.
Write a story,
Right.
Hey, the Joker, once again, the Joker's story is written from somebody that actually killed people.
Right.
So,
right.
I mean, it's a story. Is anybody going to complain about that? No.
I'm taking a look at this. What about Shopping Cart Whisperer?
What?
It's a weird movie, Shopping Cart Whisperer. Oh, those are surrogates. What about the Body Snatchers?
No.
She says
I can't even guess. I
don't know. I'm not I haven't done a crossword in like 2 years, so my brain is, and that used to take me like 2 days just to do one crossword. My brain's not sharp as it was before. I'm too dull like a knife, like a dull knife. I'm slacking. Things have not been the same. I've changed. I got PTSDs. I got a lot of issues. So it's not. Hey, Mom.
You haven't even found a place for that.
I'm recording. I got my mother here. Hey, you want to say hello? No, I don't think you want to.
I am not dressed.
All right, so okay.
I am not dressed.
Well, you're talking to a lot of people online. This is a live broadcast, so
okay.
I don't think.
Forget it.
It's like, I don't think you want to be on here.
Anyway, I just wanted to tell you I want to talk to you.
Oh, we'll talk. Okay, we'll talk tomorrow. All right. Yeah. So. Let's see. Hold on a second. We got one more. Let's see. I'll just tell you. Hobo with a Shotgun, starring Rutger Hauer. Oh, I don't think I saw that movie.
You can't say replicant. He's not a replicant in that film.
Yeah, but she was. I guess that was a clue.
Okay, you win.
Mama, like, yeah. Thanks. Yeah, my mom's a real trip here. She's visiting. She went on the visit for the visit that never ended. It's been like she came for Christmas and she's still here. Yeah, so yeah. Yeah, you gotta appreciate your parents when as crazy as they may have putting you through all the trauma. It's, eventually, you just gotta put that away. Sometimes, you gotta. It's like, I just gotta laugh about it. I guess my parents, they did the best that they could, and I'm still alive, so I should be great. I gotta be grateful. you know, we're at the age where I think like not to bring a damper on things, but like I'm at the age where all my relatives growing up are gone. Like my entire dad's side of the family, they no longer exist. Only have like maybe 2 aunts left, and it was a huge family.
What about kid wise? Do they have kids?
Some of them do. Their kids are still around, but they're not close. Everyone kind of part. It's funny how everyone kind of grew up in the Bronx, live in the Bronx or Connecticut or Jersey, and everyone kind of like spread out there. Either California, Pennsylvania, Florida. The 4 corners of the earth. That's what happens when you're around too much crazy. Oh, thank you. Says she's cool. Thanks, Taekwon. Let's see. So if I'm following the conversation correctly, is it your stance that the story should be in place even when sketching? The who, the what, the when, and the where? That's a good question.
Yes.
I would have to say yeah, because it's in process while you're sketching, right? The ideas flow. The ideas, you may not know everything, but it's almost like a fragmented dream, like you'll get like a sense of it because there's a reason why you drew or sketched out that random thing, Yeah, Tom, if you can hear me, your device is not connecting.
Well, I got a question for Daquan.
Go ahead.
Are you talking about like what I'm doing right now with the Spider-Man, or are you talking about?
No, that was Poison Elf. That was Marty.
Sorry, Poison Elf. So are you talking about sketching or just doing a book? I mean, if you're doing a book, it's the what, where, and when. If you're just sketching, even just to get a simple sketch down, let's say of a character, you got to look at it like this. Okay, the reason why you're drawing the character. 2, your pose is supposed to give a visual effect of an action. And if you're giving a visual effect of an action, then you have a story in mind. So what I usually do is that, okay, I'm thinking of a story to do. So the first thing I would do is do a cover. Once I do the cover then gives me the action of the story, where I should place the story and what's happening and ending. It shouldn't just be some fight scene, but there should be some conspiracy involved, why it's happening, and how it's going to end. You get what I'm saying?
Oh, that makes perfect sense. Yeah, that makes perfect sense.
So, I mean, a lot of the new people today, when they're doing books, what they do is that they create a character and really have no sense of story of why the character is in existence. And they'll take something simple and try to make the character as existent possible, which makes it kind of unbelievable at times. So let me see. That could be hold on. Let me see what you're saying. I gotta switch my camera. Okay. That it could be in translation and people not giving those.
All right, so Poison Elf says, then it could be a translation issue for the people not giving those. I have sketches from several artists, but the background is usually blank. Only very few have ever fleshed it out and given more than a character splash. To my memory, only Terry Moore has sketches with where and sometimes a when.
Well, Moore, the co-creator of The Walking Dead.
Was he really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, I think that everything he does is it has some sort of story and sense. I mean, just look at it. Okay, we got Spider-Man here on the wall. That's something of its own, you know.
Right.
And you could create something just by that. Because anytime we see Spider-Man on a wall, he's on a wall for something, you know.
Right.
And even as I'm doing a process, let me see what you said.
Yeah, you see it
Okay.
there?
Yeah, I see it. Even as I'm doing the process, I could come up with more stuff happening around him. Let me
Right.
give you an example of the Hulk that I did, which is based on Jack Kirby's original Hulk. So I'll give you an example.
Yeah.
Okay, this is Jack Kirby's Hulk.
I see a drawing board. Oh, there we go. Jack Kirby's Hulk. Okay, there we go.
This is Jack Kirby's original Hulk. Okay.
Right.
Once again, Hulk has no fingernails. He must have did this really quick at a convention and got it out of the way.
I think that's a convention. He repeats poses, so that seems like one of those poses that he's repeated many times.
And what I did is that I wanted to redraw this pose, this character, and you know, to my advantage is that I wanted to add more to it, you know, and adding more to it would be a slight story.
Right.
In that story, which I'm getting ready to show you, give me a second, let me find it. In that story, I just added in a whole bunch of information that became something totally different. So you see the explosions are going on in the background, you know, rocks flying. So it's like an exploding planet and the Hulk is moving, you know, I guess moving as, you know, fast as possible. Hulk leap, you know. So I put in all this information. So you want to create this kinetic idea of anything that you do. And just from this, even just from Jack Kirby's thing, you could create a story.
Right. Hey, there goes Tom Siaka. Tom, Chris is just
Tom.
talking about his Hulk. He's talking about his Hulk here. His Jack Kirby homage.
Yeah.
Very nice. All right, go ahead, Chris. Go ahead.
Now so as you draw, whatever you draw, add character to it. Whether it's the waving of hair, you know, you got everything, all the information right there that gives you what you developed.
Right.
I was showing a friend how to do Wolverine, and I did this real quick, and then after I did this, I was like, you know what? That's a good pose.
Yeah, that's a good pose. He looks very dynamic.
So
he says you're reflecting the actual action, not static like the original. Beautiful as it is.
So in turn, I did this.
That's cool. I like that. Yeah, you're adding more flavor to it. I like the cowboy hat.
Yeah. So and now, I mean, when you still take the effect of what's happening here, you're gonna have glass shards, you know, stuff like that, you know.
Yeah. Poison Oak says it was a problem many of my friends had with Kingdom Come. Again, beautiful as it was, so much was static. I agree, because he's drawing from photographs. I said that about Alex Ross. Alex Ross, beautiful airbrush. I don't know. What do you think about Alex Ross, Tom?
He's an illustrator, painter. He's not a comic book artist.
Right. I think so. That's the issue there.
I mean, he's a beautiful artist. I mean, if you have him doing a cover, a poster, whatever, but as far as continuity, it doesn't work the same. To very few people could do that with models.
Right.
One that comes to mind is Alex Raymond, who did the original Flash Gordon.
You might want to center your face a little bit, because I can only see your
eyeball. Well, I'm gonna have to go and plug this sucker in, because now it's on the laptop and it just doesn't lose the power. So I'm having to get
so Alex Raymond was very good too. I mean, he was a very good artist. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's in the other room. I'll switch to the other room.
Yeah.
But Alex Raymond stuff, but he used models. But the stuff was still dynamic, and he was hand drawing it in pen and ink. He wasn't painting it.
Right.
There's a different way of his technique.
Yeah,
he could draw comics. I was just say comics, illustrations, hand drawn.
Yeah.
Without everything being a model. With Alex Ross, everything has to be a model.
Right.
You don't see him doing stuff without a model. Not criticizing him because the guy's great, but it's just
it's static though. It is static.
It's static.
That's a good point.
That's the bottom line. It's static.
Yeah.
It's static. It's not. It's not.
It does, and that's the problem I feel with a lot of artists today is that I was saying that they look similar. Like the Ivan Reese's or I don't even know some of these guys' names, but they're going today.
Ivan Reese is one of the ones I like.
I like Ivan Reese. I like his art a lot, but it looks so similar to like a Jim Lee or like a Phil Jimenez, who is like the copycat.
Well, Ivan Reese looks a lot like he looks. Some of it looks a lot like Buscema, which is good.
Yeah.
But
they don't have their own. They don't have their own look, and it feels like something else.
The guys that I what annoys me is the guys that everything looks like it's from manga.
Right.
So they'll do all the faces and everything. It's all the same kind of manga pose faces, like the smiling.
Yeah.
It all looks the same.
Poison Oak says, "We're about to get an upshot of your nose, a common occurrence in my line of work."
Wait, it's going to be like just like Gil Kane shot.
There you go. Yeah.
Gil Kane.
Yeah.
They always had to do with the nose. I don't know what was with him, but
that's what Dennis Cowan used to tell us to do. If you want to learn how to draw better, look at Gil Kane.
Well, Dennis is absolutely right.
Yeah, I used to like Gil Kane.
Because Gil Kane, every time he saw you, he could never remember names. So he called everyone, "Hello, my boy." He never remember anyone's name. That's why.
I think as you get older, you forget stuff. Like it just it slides.
What?
There you go.
What?
That's why I try to keep my name simple. 3 letters. That's it. It's like
Ray.
Ray. That's it.
The Ray. So every time you saw the comic character, the Ray, you thought it was you?
No, but I like the character.
The Ray.
I wasn't a big fan of him, but I thought that was an interesting character, because it's just, a little ego there. But it was I just got a collection of his books, actually. Him and Superboy and all those 90s comics from DC.
Yeah, the Ray.
But they just made him gay, I think, in the comics too, didn't they?
The gay Ray.
Maybe they did an animation.
No, he's gay now. Yes, the Ray is gay.
The Ray's gay. The Ray is gay because it rhymes.
Yeah, I think he was on. I think they had him on Crisis on CW. The gay Ray.
Yeah, and then who else? Then they have the Batgirl. I haven't even watched any CW shows, to be honest. They're exhausting. I fall asleep. This is like a dream come true for like any teenager who's a teenager now. Like, all my superheroes are on TV, but then you watch them, I'm just like, oh, they're so dramatic. I feel like I'm watching like Days of Our Lives or like Santa Barbara Dynasty.
I have it on the Roku, so when you're watching the Roku, you can fast forward all the friggin' soap opera shit.
Yeah.
So then like Superman and Lois becomes a 10-minute episode because you just fast forward and just go to the Superman and Lois stuff and you fast forward all the soap opera. So they all become 10, 15-minute episodes. Especially with Batwoman.
Exactly. Ray, you become in my book for your love of the Jared Leto Joker. Hey, I love Jared Leto Joker. I think I'm gonna like the Jared Leto Morbius too. Morbius.
I don't know. I don't know. I'm just tired of.
He's got the Michael Jackson nose like that. It's like that. It's like
wait, Gil Kane, But wait. What they got to do is a crossover of the Joker and Morbius, and he could play both parts.
Jared Leto is the millennial version of Johnny Depp, where he can do a movie and he's different in every film.
Exactly.
No, but Johnny Depp wore prosthetics. He didn't.
So
Go for computer dinner.
Jared Leto's doing. He was in the House of Gaga, the House of Gucci, House of Gaga, House of Gucci. Did you guys see that? That was a good movie. He wore a lot of prosthetics. He wore a fat suit.
Yeah, my sons went to go and see that. I can't get into
What is this? A drawing of Jared Leto now? Are you drawing
we gotta know. We gotta know there. She doesn't agree with my Johnny Depp comment.
So I thought we were supposed to be talking about Punchline.
Oh, we were. So Punchline, well, we did briefly. We're gonna do the Kickstarter, but we're having problems with the Kickstarter launch because I don't know. I gotta talk to my boy Sam. I'll share the screen because it just, I don't know, anyone out there who used Kickstarter. I was like, this is my first time using it. I only did Indiegogo one time before. And then here we go. So it's like, where is it? Here. No, that's not it. No, that's not it. I gotta even find it. Like that.
What about that woman that we met that worked for Kickstarter? She gave us her card.
That's right, but she no longer works for Kickstarter anymore. So
there you go.
That's Camila Zhang. Yeah, she was. I should have. That's what you sleep on things. You miss opportunities. So this is a Kickstarter here. This is their website, and I was like, yes, I'm gonna do my project. We're gonna do a Kickstarter. I was hoping to launch it today. So this is the main page. This is the recommendations. Blah blah blah. So I go to my account here. Got my Punchline. Everything's set up. Everything's paid for. But we can't launch it because we have to wait 3 days for them to approve it.
Okay.
So it's like, and there's this project status. It says take a moment to review our rules.
So they have to approve it. So it's in process.
Yeah. So basically, everything's taken care of, right? They have this other rewards thing. I guess they want you to keep adding stuff. Who knows?
Yeah.
Right. You got the payment. So it says submit up your project for review. Well, how do I do that? I already paid you. Well, how do I submit my project for review? They said it takes up to 3 days. So
you have to pay them in advance.
Yeah, you have to pay them in advance.
How much? No, you're in advance?
Yeah, they gotta get their cut. No, you're basically putting in your bank information. I shouldn't put that on there.
Oh,
that's my bank information. But it's like, and so I'm like, did I miss a step? I don't know. So we'll see.
Anyway, I don't know either. I haven't gotten this far.
In the meantime, we got our website up again. The Bronx Heroes website is up again, and
it is. What happened?
I have no idea. They just what I suspect is that so you could buy it here on the website directly, and you'll get it faster because it's already in stock. You don't have to wait for it.
That's cool.
Yeah, so we have it here. The new volume.
That's volume 2. That's a great cover.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
I'll tell you off camera where I got it from, but the idea, the concept came to me. I was thinking West Side Story, not the new one, the original one.
Yeah.
And then there was another movie that had like the multicolored text and stuff. When I was like, you could see. I mean, the female.
Only $20. It should be more than that.
I actually stole from myself. I actually drew this pose with another character for another indie artist like 20 years ago. For their website, and it was such a good picture. I was like, hey, I found the original photograph. It was I forget the name of the model. It's from a photo, and then I was just like, let me stop sharing. So and then I was just, wait, why don't you use it again? So I know when Punchline came together, it was so organic. I started using sketches from when I was 20 years old, things that randomly just pulling things like the Pan Am costume was something.
That was like 5 years ago. Now you're 25, right?
Yeah, I wish.
Well, you look like a kid. You could be 25.
Let's see. Poison says, that's Q said, may want to wait for the Kickstarter so people will start giving the feel compelled to give as well. Yeah, like a tip jar. That's true. That's a good point. Yeah.
I wouldn't give so much information.
Yeah.
Let them come and get the book. Advertise for the book.
Poison says, Chris, is that Spock?
Yes.
Is it really?
Yes.
Let's take a look. It is. Yeah. Good guess. I had no idea. I thought you were drawing my friend Aldo from childhood.
Wasn't that Spock? So, Chris, are you excited about Strange New Worlds that's coming in May?
Yes.
What's
yes.
That? What's that? Strange.
I can't wait.
What is that?
You're not a true Trek fan, Ray. You don't know what that is.
I am a Trekkie. I'm out of it.
No, how many years you been out of it? Too long. You don't know about Star Trek. Oh my God.
Well, I'm a
And you
fan.
had that
I'm
funny
a fan of the
fire scene.
original
You had to
Star
see
Trek
everything on Paramount.
and the what was it? The last 3 movies. I like the last 3 movies. That I haven't gotten to Enterprise. Picard.
Wait.
I watched 1 episode and fell asleep.
See?
Enterprise. I fell asleep on. So if I
We
fall
gotta
asleep,
watch Discovery season 2.
there's a season. Don't lie, Ray.
Watch
It's true.
Discovery
Hey,
season 2. And then
I'm not lying. I was a Trekkie. I used to have
Stranger-
a porcelain collection of Star Trek figures when I was a kid. You know.
So
Go ahead.
should I explain to him what Strange New Worlds is?
Yeah, go ahead. Tell me. What's
No.
Don't?
No.
Why not? I'll just Google
Why
it.
not?
And I like Next Galaxy.
Let me tell you something. A real Star Trek fan will watch every show
Hey, I've
and
seen every
stop
single-
watching every show if the show sucks.
Well,
I didn't like Enterprise. I was okay with Deep Space Nine when it was ending.
Deep Space
You know.
Nine, I was 50-50 on. Voyager, 50-50.
Voyager, I did not like. Janeway was boring.
That's what she was dry, but I like the actress. I think she was great. Like she's great in Orange Is the New Black. I thought that was fabulous. You know.
Who else? Next Generation was decent, had some decent episodes, and then had some very boring episodes.
Right.
Enterprise to me just completely it just
not good in the last
Enterprise
season.
was the one with the guy from
The last 2 seasons were good, and then they canceled it. When it started getting good, they got canceled.
But I will say this: Discovery. I like Discovery.
It looks interesting. It looks good, but I try to watch it. If I fall asleep on 1 episode 4 times, I just like that's it. It's like I can't.
You fall asleep because you're not a Star Trek fan, Ray. It's okay. You can admit it. You can admit it. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. No.
My very first San Diego con, I was gonna dress up as Spock, and I got admonished by the people I were with. They're like, "Oh, you're lame. Star Trek is old." I was like, "What do you mean? Star Trek's the very first cosplay." And growing up a Jehovah's Witness, I only had 2 costumes growing up as a kid for Halloween. So before, when I was very, very little, I was Spider-Man. I remember that. Actually, no, I was Batman. And then my brother was Spider-Man. And then when I was in junior high school, I was forbidden, because I was a Jehovah's Witness, forbidden from doing Halloween. But I was Spock. I just had the mask. I didn't have a costume. That was like when you got in the Chinese discount store. They had all these Spock masks for $1.
Oh yeah.
Probably was less. It was probably 50 cents.
You should have kept those. Those are worth a lot now.
Let me say, hold on a second. She said, "Dude, you liked Wonder Woman and you were falling asleep during ST. What's ST? What's that?
Star Trek.
Yeah. I fell asleep on the Wonder Woman movie too. To be fair, I did like 4 times.
What, the first one or the second one?
The second one. The first one, actually, I watched in IMAX, and I fell asleep 20 minutes before the ending in IMAX. So the first Wonder Woman movie I fell asleep on too. When the reveal with Ares, that whole big battle, I literally fell asleep.
You gotta do less drugs, Ray. Less drugs to stay awake more.
Look, Tom, please slap Ray for me. Thank God we're all remote.
I guess everyone is against you, Ray.
I know, for real.
I look at it like this, okay? I don't fall asleep during a Star Trek episode. I look at the acting. If I don't like a couple of shows, I just turn it off. I just think that it's very bad. Right. But as far as Star Trek, I mean, I tell you this, out of the last two films, well, the last three films, I like the first, I like the second one. I didn't like the third one. The third one, done by somebody that's used to bringing guys that don't fill up their cars with fuel and drive crazy and cars flying out of the air and landing on the ground perfectly, I couldn't watch it.
Well, they're supposed to be doing a fourth one, so.
And I hope J.J. Abrams does it.
We'll see what happens. I think he is producing it.
You know, I just hope it doesn't have that that Star Wars quality of failure of split story.
Yes, exactly. But
wow,
is this Thursday's episode of Discovery the last one or the next to the last one?
I don't know. I haven't watched it. I wait for it on Blu-ray.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because I have the Paramount Plus for free because I have T-Mobile, so they have the deal where you get Paramount Plus and Apple Plus for free for a year. So I've been watching it.
So wait, what? Wait, what? Did I just hear? Wait, hold on a second. Did I just hear? Did I just hear love for JJ? You think he's a good story person? No, honestly, I don't think he's a good story person. Because if you look at the second one, actually, he didn't write the second Star Wars movie, but the second Star Wars movie, what was it called? Rise of Skywalker? It's
Rian Johnson, horrible writer.
Johnson, but it was the same plot as the second Star Wars movie that was J.J. Abrams. But look, I have to defend my Star Trek honor. Look, the box set of CBS, William Shatner. That's what I got. Look, the whole first season. Look. Star Trek: The Next Generation, right? Includes all the movies on Blu-ray, every single, and I got them on Laserdisc. J.J. Abrams. I thought the J.J. Abrams ones were fun. They are fun movies. Even this one, which I call Evil Captain America, which is what was that? The British Ricardo Montalban,
right?
Cumberbatch, whatever his name is.
I just had a thought. In the 60s, what if they had cast Desi Arnaz as Khan instead of Ricardo Montalban?
Right. Hey.
They could have done it.
Yeah,
could have done it.
You'd have been like,
yeah.
Hello, Kirk.
Hey,
what
Kirk,
you doing,
you got a lot of explaining to do.
Kirk, you're getting me annoyed, Kirk. What you doing in there, Kirk?
I don't know. I sort of I mean, I just found out, you know, I didn't pay that much attention to the credits at the end, but I didn't know that they were the producers of Star Trek.
Yeah. She said, I didn't see you at the Shatner conversation during New York Comic-Con because I had a table. I have to make money.
No,
go ahead, Sam.
No, I just happened to watch today because I was fuddling around on Amazon Prime, so there's a good documentary that was done by Imagine Entertainment, which is Ron Howard.
Right. I love Ron Howard's movies. He's a great writer.
Series was produced by Desilu, the Andy Griffin Show, and Amy Poehler directed it. But it's, you know, about Lucy and Desi. And there's a lot of home movies and a lot of recordings because I guess they did a lot of recordings in the 50s and the 60s, audio recordings, just talking. Right. Very good. But yeah, not only did Desilu produce like shows like The Untouchables and
he did that show too. Wow.
All those, and he was, you know, the main producer. I mean, it was a lot of it was his brainchild, but then later on he sold out in '64. He sold his rights to Lucy, but he actually kept directing Lucy in the Here's Lucy TV show. Even though they were divorced, they were still close. He directed her in those Lucy episodes, but also it was Lucy that greenlit Star Trek and Mission Impossible and Mannix.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
And even after NBC didn't pass on the first pilot of Star Trek, she convinced them to do a second pilot because she was, you know, convinced the series was going to be successful. So that's why she put her own money into the second pilot, Where No Man Has Gone Before, which sold the series. So we have Lucy to thank for Star Trek. So they should have on Star Trek the USS Lucille Ball.
That's a good idea.
I don't know. I wouldn't mind the USS Lucy, but
USS
you know,
Lucille.
not full name.
I missed a few comments. Sorry about that.
I think they should be an in joke. I think there should be an in joke on the Orville where they have like an ISS Enterprise, and then on Star Trek there should be a USS Orville.
See, I never seen the Orville, and people said that's a good.
Oh, you gotta watch the Orville, man.
So it's Poison Elf says that she's still waiting for her Kickstarter swag. Yeah, I hear those complaints. That's why I was hesitant to do a Kickstarter, because that's a lot of pressure. But I already offered everything that I'm offering. I already have. I'm not waiting to make. And then,
well, that's the whole thing.
And then Daquan says, he says, send me your PayPal info post interview. Will do, man, definitely. And Chris, yeah. So we'll do that, Daquan. Thanks for that. Yeah, I agree, man. It's just it's those shows. There's so much to watch. So it's just like, how much, I feel like it's the 80s. I felt like I was a slow artist when in the 80s. I was always glued to the TV. I didn't create. I would draw while watching TV, but never finished anything. I feel that when I still watched a lot of movies and shows, but I have to turn it off and say I need to draw. I don't know. What about you, Tom? Do you need to draw and watch TV at the same time, or do you just do it? I don't know. What's your process?
Tom?
Oh, me? Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have to have TV on.
You have to have TV on? What about you,
I have
Chris?
to have the TV on, yeah.
You have to watch the TV, Chris, while doing it?
I could do either one.
Sometimes it interferes. If I'm just drawing, I could do it. But if I'm writing, I can't. I have to turn it off because it interferes with my thought process. All three of you, best portrayal of Lucy, Nicole, or Gillian Anderson.
Gillian Anderson.
Gillian Anderson. And
when did she portray Lucy?
She portrayed Lucy in the new. What? Not. I was going to say the New Gods. It's actually called the Neil Gaiman TV show called. What's the name of that? Oh my God! See, I'm watching too much TV. I forgot the name of it. Help me out here, Poison Oak. And then she said, I know it's Neil Gaiman. That's what I said. I didn't say Neil Diamond. I said Neil Gaiman. American Gods. See, I knew it was a Gods in there. Oh, and Poison Oak wants to know, how about you, Daquan? How about you, Q?
I thought that Nicole Kidman did a pretty good job.
That face. Geez.
I liked it, but I think Gillian Anderson did better. What do you think?
You go back to TV movies. Wasn't there a TV movie in the 90s about Lucy that I can't remember her name, but she used to be Clint Eastwood's girlfriend, and she played Lucy. I know there was one in the 90s, and then there was another one in the 2000s.
They have it on Amazon now. I didn't.
There was another TV movie that's on Amazon that's from the 2000s where Danny Pino, who was on Law and Order SVU, played Ricky, and Rachel York played Lucy.
Exactly.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, there's about three or four TV movies about them, so it's kind of trying to remember who played who. But I do vaguely remember, and I can't think of her name now, but she was Clint Eastwood's ex, who they actually have a daughter together. So, but she played Lucy also in something, and she actually was a redhead. Actually, she was actually quite good. But that's from like late 80s, early 90s, I think.
Right. Well, if you see American Gods, thank you for that. Poison Elf.
Lucy shows up in that.
Yeah, the book is really good. I wish they stuck more to the novel. They kind of went off in the wrong direction, but they kind of just like took the novel and then chopped it, almost like turned it into a collage, and then added a bunch of other stuff, which is good because they updated it, but at the same time, it kind of broke away from the other stuff. So I'm waiting for season 4 to happen. But look at this. This was a good movie. I don't know if you guys saw this. The Beyond. A lot of people, they didn't make a lot of money, but it was good. I thought it was better than Into the Darkness. You know, I thought it
That was the one that Chris hates.
Into the Darkness. Yeah, that's
no. Chris hates the Beyond.
I hate the Beyond.
Why? I thought it was great.
No. You want to know why?
Why?
I'm gonna bet you something. I bet you like the first X-Men film.
Of course, it was the first X-Men film, but I really hated the outfits. Even though they already had the outfits, they prepared people because they had the outfits in the comics. You know.
Well, let me tell you about the first X-Men film.
All right.
Okay, the first X-Men film should have been done for Fox News. I mean, not Fox News, but on the Fox channel.
I didn't like the depiction of Sabretooth. I had a problem with it. I don't like how every Marvel movie had like a cage fight. Even the last Shang-Chi had a cage fight. Like, where do you see cage fights in New York? Right? It's like or Canada or whatever.
Well, as far as the 3 new Trek films, I'm not really crazy about any of them. But what I do like, and I know if Chris has seen them, and I don't think are the 2 web series that started the the real web series. Star Trek Continues, and then Star Trek New Voyages. That
Star Trek Continues. I like that. I thought of it.
Fan base one, right?
Yeah.
Star Trek New Voyages that James Cawley does up in Ticonderoga. Now he's got the museum up in upstate New York, but he was the one that started it, and then my friend Ray Tessie, who I went to grammar school with, owns the studios now in Georgia to do the Star Trek Continues, and we met what's his name, Vic, Captain Kirk, at the show in Jersey. So very nice guy.
Right.
Very nice guy. So
it's not what Leonard Nimoy said.
He said her.
I don't know.
Hold on, let's see. Cancel culture, Chris. Cancel culture. Thoughts on Princess Matuka and gravity-defying boobs and clothes. In fact, thought on lack of attention to clothing for heroes and their civilian gear. How do you approach this in your writing and artwork?
Hold on, let me.
So,
Chris mentioned.
I'm an old guy. Who's Princess Matsuoka?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, who's Princess Matuka? Do you know who Princess Matuka is, Chris?
No, that must be a.
Yeah, who's Princess Matuka? Poison.
That must be an anime film.
But aren't all these female characters in comics gravity-defying boobs?
Okay, I'm gonna put it to you this way. I have this. Hold on, let me put myself on camera.
Yeah.
Put myself on camera.
You have to specify what book or TV show is that from, Poison Elf? Princess Matuka. I was thinking a Marvel character. Oh, it's a Marvel character. And her name is another name for Pocahontas. Well, Pocahontas, first of all, was 12 years old when she was being raped by that guy who wasn't even John Smith. It was another John.
Well, that's a real story. But you gotta understand. So you gotta understand. We're
Pocahontas is kind of creepy altogether. Even the Disney cartoon, it's like.
And she died of a sickness. She died of a sickness, and her first child died, or something like that.
Yeah. He gave her like syphilis or something. I don't know.
You agree that the first gravity-defying comic character has got with boobs has to be Power Girl in DC?
Well, She-Hulk too is pretty stacked.
I think Power Girl is pretty more obvious. I mean, they were really obvious with.
Okay, let's answer what she's trying to.
Yeah, I gotta look. I'm gonna look it up. I typed up Princess Matuka. It came up Princess Mononoke.
Good example.
I'm gonna look it up.
Good example.
There she is.
Okay. Now, if you take Dynamics, it was to sell a comic book.
Mm-hmm.
I don't believe in cancel culture because, once again, cancel culture doesn't create anything. They destroy everything.
I don't know.
If you wanna do something new, then do something new. Just do something new. I mean, I'm gonna show you a card, and most of these artists are women. I mean, I think all of them are women, actually. I'm gonna show you a card.
Matowaka.
And I think these are all women. I think women draw this. And I'm not saying anything bad.
I found it.
That's Elsewicks. I think this. I got this from a girl.
Yeah, they have her pretty scantily. Yeah.
So if you look, so should I say take that out? No, I shouldn't say take that out. But respectively, I think that people should do characters of all shapes, all sizes, because we all are not robots. We don't have the same personality.
Right.
And regardless of there's, people trying to make humans think as one, we all have different personalities. And these different personalities, it's what, I think that's Marvel
criticized her insensitive. Well, yeah, I mean, first of all, if she's 12, she don't even got hips. I mean,
well, looking at that,
okay,
it looks a little more like Deja Torres from John Carter Mars than Pocahontas.
Exactly.
So
I never even heard of this book before.
Yeah,
is this new?
It looks like an Edgar Rice Burroughs characters. It doesn't look like Pocahontas from Native American.
Okay, that's not Pocahontas. I think that they're trying to make a hint towards a Pocahontas portrayal.
References towards.
I don't know what
her name is referenced to. Yeah, it's a ref. Oh, it's in King Conan #3. Well, it's Conan.
Yeah, it's Conan. Yeah.
It's not like a modern day character.
Let me put it to you this way.
If it's Conan, it's an ancient time. I don't know.
Well, let me answer her question. Go
ahead. And it made the New York Post too.
Wow.
Now,
so she's supposed to be indigenous or something?
Yeah, that's not. Well, they didn't do their research because she looks like the what you said from Mars. Yeah, you're right.
Also, isn't Conan like 5,000 years ago or something? So
okay, let me answer this question. Let me answer this question, guys.
Go ahead. So,
Return of the Jedi.
Oh, there you go.
There you go.
All right, there. Boom, you got it.
Return of the Jedi. There you go.
Return of the Jedi.
John Carter. It was John Carter. That was inspired from John Carter. Return of the Jedi.
No, Return of the Jedi.
No. Just think about it. Return of the Jedi. Just
Leia.
Slave
Leia. Now, the thing about it is that if we're gonna get into a cancel thing, which I'm gonna say it doesn't make no sense.
Right.
What would you say if vice versa? The porn industry? Even if you have the porn industry, you got some men that are enslaved by women, depending on the story, or man to man, whatever. It's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
So in other words, all the women who get dressed up in cosplay at the conventions, like the thousands that have been dressed as Slave Leia, they all should be like
kicked out.
Kicked out too, right? If you go by that thing, I mean, so it's not men getting dressed up as Slave Leia, it's women, and they obviously are not being forced to do it. So this whole cancel culture, I agree, it's ridiculous.
Well, he's getting canceled because apparently that's a name that was referred to Pocahontas, but he apologized for Pocahontas. He donates his money from Conan to something.
Well, he's a pussy then.
Yeah, thought they shared no common language. She came to trust him enough that she showed him the way to the most sacred treasure she knew, her own. Okay, that's so corny. Who wrote this? Haven't I suffered enough for my folly? All I want is to be free again, to love again. But for that, I need a man virile enough to. This is like soft porn.
Yeah, but isn't this Conan the whole thing? Isn't that the whole character?
It's Conan.
They shouldn't be doing any Conan comics.
All that I have will be yours, Conan. If you
let's just have a sensitive Conan. Sorry, I don't want.
Let me ask this question. And
I think they're more offended about the name. They're more offended about the name than the actual way that she's dressed.
My question is this: is that a character is a character,
right?
It doesn't matter the time that it was written. The thing about it is that it's the portrayal of a singular person.
Right.
It's not a portrayal of every single person.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I think that everybody needs to take an account once again. Don't be a robot. Be an individual.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
When you take yourself and name yourself as whatever,
Mm-hmm.
you're actually hurting yourself, because are you that individual? Are you the same person as the next person next to you? No. Should you have your own opinions? Yes. But you cannot always have an opinion that agrees with everybody else.
Right.
So the thing is that when a person is writing a story, they're writing a story as people that are individuals.
Right.
I have something to say about one of the characters in that thing that you're showing, Ray. But
yeah, because this is the flip side of this argument would be going back to last summer with the Pride Month with the gay Captain America, and then they made Wolverine's son gay, which he was never written as a gay character before. So I mean, we live in a society that's cult of personality, so tread lightly. I feel that I don't agree. I mean, this is a new character. Fine, she's lesbian. Who cares? It's okay to have gay LGBTQ characters. But when you make Iceman gay, to me, which is already, he's been gay for over 10 years already. It's not even news. But they kind of, Marvel's just trying to make $1. That's the bottom line.
Well, they're pandering. I think what they should do is just make all the comic characters gay. Make them all gay, and
I think they're just trying to make a buck. And then it gets politicized to people who actually care about the characters.
Exactly.
But I just think it's a hook to basically get people to react. That's what they want. It's like shocking. These comic book companies, nobody's reading comic books anymore, and they're just looking for something shocking to latch onto that's newsworthy. And that's how I feel about it.
All these Generation Z people, they don't read comic books. They watch the friggin' movies and play the video games.
Hold on. Let me see what she's saying. Yeah, we're not answering anything that she's asking.
Was the considerations to the character's clothing. The cancel culture is what made me think of the outfit. Got it. Well, the costume is not really imaginative or creative. I would have came up with something, but it's Conan. I would have done more research on that time period of what Native Indians wore.
I'm sure that the guy who did it wasn't thinking of that.
Yeah. Apologies, Poison stepped away to be 100. Will be very revisit lady characters. Nicole Kidman, Gillian. Love what Chris said. Make them all gay. No, not every character. No, I think that was Tom, and he was.
I said it. Give me credit. I said make them all.
He was
gay.
being sarcastic.
Not every character. We'll make almost everybody gay, and then this will make everybody happy and whatever. And then everyone's gay. In fact, Ray is gay. I know that, but I'm gay. It's okay. We're all gay.
Yeah, we're all gay.
In some measure or whatever, we're all gay. We might not do anything about it, but in some way, we're all gay. So let's just do it that way.
I don't think I'm pretty
enough. No problems.
Sorry.
Don't have any problems. And that's it. I love all you guys. Sorry. But not in that way. But
no, I to each his own. That's what I have to say. To each his own. But I think that, I mean.
But hold on. Here's a question. Star Trek question.
Star Trek question.
Gay? Is Q gay?
Q could be anything. Q could be anything he wants.
There you go.
There you go. Generation Q.
There's the answer right there.
Yeah. So she also said, apologies, stepped away. Would have revisit lady characters, Nicole Kidman and Gillian Anderson. Yeah, I agree. I like those. I like Nicole Kidman's take on Lucille Ball. I thought it was cool. It was dry, but it was cool. It's like a dry martini. She wasn't hysterical. She was witty, but not hysterical.
Now, here's another thing. Let's see. Can we see like female characters written and drawn by lesbian writers, and are they more or less sexist, or they show more or less boobs than if they're written by straight male writers?
I've seen both, you know.
I've seen both, exactly. Because let's face it, and I have a few friends that are lesbians, and they like seeing hot women too. So we have a lot in common.
Right.
So it's like, so they don't have any problem seeing like hot women. So I'm not quite sure of the ones who are like, oh, that's too much booby.
Right.
And then our lesbian friends say, no, that looks fine to me.
Well, I want to go back. I never said that, so please reply. I never said make them all gay.
No,
I said it. I
take
take credit for that.
But he was just joking.
It's a joke. It's a joke. I didn't really mean it. But.
Yeah.
Well, here's another thing: cancel culture have no sense of humor. That's why
no. You got to understand, it's not about them not having a sense of humor. They pick and choose who they want to have a sense of humor.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, clothing is an important part of building the character. Yes, it is, and you've got to make it easy on yourself since you'll be drawing an outfit a lot. Yeah, you have to have it streamlined so it's simple. And because I like to create complicated costumes, and I do forget details.
Ask Tom Ahern.
It's just like Tom Ahern.
Oh man, I can't stand inking Ray's costumes.
Right. I like drawing complicated, intricate costumes. But I mean, it has to be simplified. It doesn't hurt to have a finger on the pulse of relatable or reasonable options. Oh, sure, of course. You got to make money.
Yeah, exactly.
In clothing, yeah. And then
I agree.
Chris, I got it. Yeah. No, we don't have to make. I don't think all characters have to be gay. I mean, representation is important. Everybody wants to see themselves in the comic books, and that's how it's not. But I feel that these companies are targeting audiences based on demographics from other things, and which is a business. That's what it is first and foremost, and they're going to do that just to make money. I don't think they care about any of the issues that they hit, whether it's
the easy way out for some of these writers. Easy way out.
It's just like,
we got to do something new. Oh, wait a minute. Let's make such and such gay. That'll be new. Oh, okay.
Yeah. I think
it's just like we'll do that. It's like
it's all about they're just trying to make money.
Right.
Daquan says they are, and then. Very good specific example. The tragic Supergirl on Crisis.
There you go. Right. Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. Which was the stupidest thing they could do.
Yeah.
And also now that the original Superboy no longer exists, so he never was super in his Smallville days.
Right.
Yeah,
they changed it up.
Which is why we got like a boring Smallville TV show. Except for the last couple of seasons.
The sweatband on her head? No, just not.
No, well, that was but that was the 80s. Everyone had sweatbands.
That was the 80s, yeah.
That was like Jamie Lee Curtis. Like,
No, that was Jamie Lee. No, was it Jamie Lee Curtis or was it more?
It was Sylvester Stallone. It was Sylvester Stallone.
No, but the girl from Grease.
The girl sweatband.
And
Olivia Neutron Bomb have that.
Olivia Newton-John also had a sweatband. Yeah, Jane Fonda had it.
Thing. Sweatbands were a thing. So it's like
Lisa and the Cult Jam.
Yeah, sweatbands were a thing. So it's like, we'll put one on Supergirl too. Yeah.
This is the problem with a lot of things, that people don't understand that there is a history of things and then follow that history.
Right.
Thanks,
it's just a history. Then let it pass. Let it go on.
Yeah.
I just look at it like this: keep the characters the way they originally are. Make new characters. Keep it moving. The thing about it is that I'm gonna put it to you this way, and the only thing I could be really, really honest about, I am a big fan of Superman. I am not stuck in a mantroism world when it comes to Superman. But anytime that S is on, that S stays to the singular characters that the people that originally created Superman, it should stay to their system. And Superman straight, Superboy straight, super. But if you create a new character, let's say Superman had a son and his name is Quasar, fine. You can do anything you want. But once that S goes on that shirt now, I just look at it like this, that create new characters. And I emphasize on new.
Kent was a new character, but I thought it was weird how they fast forwarded him. They fast forwarded him from being a 5-year-old to a 10-year-old and then to a 17-year-old and then declared him gay. I think they were kind of rushing him. And then the same thing with the Robin. I think they probably wanted Batman's son Robin to be gay because they were the super sons, but then they changed it and made Tim Drake gay instead because he's an older character. But
well, the other problem is that let me finish. The other problem is that the writers and artists don't want to create new characters for the companies because then
they own them.
They don't own it. So what the companies are doing is they're just retrofitting all the existing characters, and we'll make a black Batman, or now they have like 5 black Batmen now, and then they have we'll make a black Batgirl who's gay now. I don't know. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I agree. If it's sincere, then it's good.
Because they don't want to create new characters, because then the writers want a cut of it, and they don't want to give out any.
Right. That's the dollars and cents, that side of it. Yeah.
Well, this is the thing when it comes to their world. Okay.
Yeah.
If I'm paying you, you have to come up with that new character.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if we're going to have a situation where my company is losing money because you don't want to do it, you don't want to come up with the concept that I gave you, so be it. Somebody will come along and do the job.
Yeah.
And that's one of the issues there. But I just look at it like this, is that it's wrong. I'm going to completely stay on that point. It's wrong to take somebody. I mean, if Jack Kirby was still alive, you think that he would agree with you changing his character into what he created?
No.
He created the X-Men with Stan Lee. Now, Stan Lee, on the other hand, when somebody asked Stan Lee about Iceman years ago, Stan Lee really didn't care. He's like, just as long as they write good stories.
Because give me a check.
And another thing is this: Stan Lee, forgive me on this.
He didn't write the X-Men, really. He narrated it.
Did not create. And I'm going to tell you, he had emphasis on it. He had very powerful emphasis on it. But I wouldn't say he put the pencil down and said that this is the character that's going to be this character. And when you tell a creator, hey, I'm going to change Ray, you know what? I'm going to change the Roach.
Mm-hmm.
And Ray would sit up there and tell me, no, you're not. I don't like this. I don't like that. He's going to put his foot down. That's what creators do, especially when they drawn it the first time, especially when they wrote it the first time. They don't care how much the dollar value is. Mm-hmm. Their attitude is, no, the character's going to stay the way it is. Now, Jack Kirby did not create that character in that sense. It's just that somebody came in, realized that in the book that, okay, I never seen this guy on a date, whatever. Read more of the books. You see that Bobby is actually dating a female in one of the books, but nobody ever picks it up. Nobody ever looks back at that. Editors don't get the notifications that, okay, in issue so-and-so, because the new writers don't read.
Right. But now they have the multiverse, so now they can say, oh, that was another universe. So that's the new out now.
Which they actually did, because
multiverse
they actually did.
New out now.
They brought back the original X-Men to fight the modern version of the X-Men, which turned evil. So they did do that. And then they revamped the X Factor again. Daquan says, very intriguing. I like where this post is going. Poison Oak said, Superman is a very good example. Clothing-wise, Dick Tracy is another. Can't touch the gender sexuality portion of this conversation. I think it does. I don't think it does harm if it's sincere. I agree. Sincere being the most important part of that statement. Yeah, if it's sincere, then yeah. But I feel that a lot of it's not sincere. I think it's pandering. A lot of it. There are some. I'm not saying everything is pandering. It's not, but a lot of it is.
Well, part of the
because they're gonna kill they're gonna reboot the issue to #1, and then they're gonna start from 0 again.
Well, they do that with Spider-Man in April.
Right. So they do that
back to #1 again. Now, now, one other statement I'm gonna make. Part of the problem is the comic fans.
Right.
That a lot of the comic fans who actually buy comics are older, right? So they go, oh, this is a new version of this. But you see, the real new characters are being created in the realm of like independent books, or let's say Image or Dark Horse or whatever.
Right.
You know, you see all these new characters. But
Tom, lower your camera. We see your forehead talking.
the majority of people, all they know is Marvel, DC, Batman, Superman, X-Men, and they don't give a shit about new characters. We find that when we go to cons, right? They look at our books like cockeyed. What do you mean Spider-Man's not in this one?
Right.
You know?
Well, I'm gonna say something on that, Tom. I'm gonna say something on that. When it comes to new characters, you got to understand. Do you have the fanfare that other people have?
Well, there you go.
That's the problem.
That's the point. You're right.
Yeah.
When you have
Poison Elf says, an observation from my perspective, listening to everyone, you're using the history to speak on the future, but leaving out the massive impact the fandom has on what they do with these stories. The fandom now includes a bunch of people who won't read, only watch.
That's exactly what I meant. That's exactly what I was saying.
Yeah.
It's true.
And then
absolutely.
Daquan says, hold on a second. Whoops. Daquan says, Bobby had also dated women in the video games too. Iceman and the X-Men Legends, for example. Even X-Men Legends 2 with Colossus and Kitty. Yep, that's true. And then Poison Elf says, strong point.
Yeah.
And then they've been rebooting these comics from writer to writer. This isn't new. Yep. They killed Superman, then brought him back. They killed Batman, brought him back, and they made him campy, and then they made him dark. It's fudgeable. Yeah, it is.
Yeah. That's true.
That is
true. All true.
But I'm gonna say this about Batman. The thing about Batman is that when they bring him back dark, his originality stays the same. He's the only character
that's consistent because he's the one that sells the most. Actually, yeah, when they rebooted the New 52 of all the DC, they changed everybody but the Batman. And actually, they didn't make any changes New 52 wise for Batman until its 3rd or 4th year of the New 52 run line. That's when they started changing the Robin costume and started altering the history. And then the Court of Owls came where they said Batman had a brother that was nuts. And I was like, that doesn't make any sense. That's stupid.
Yeah.
And then they even did it in the Gotham show where Bruce Wayne had a twin brother. That was nuts. But that being said, I gotta wrap this up because I have a job to go to tomorrow, as all of you do. So thanks all for being here. We're gonna end this broadcast. Daquan, I'll catch you tomorrow.
All right. Yeah.
It's good hearing from you.
A lot of fun.
Let's see.
Good talking.
She says it's not even good mystery writing. Yeah. Respectfully defend that statement a little more. He doesn't strike me as a detective anymore. Yeah, it's very true.
And I think that's why they pushed this movie to bring that back.
Yeah, they try to bring it back. And then Poison Elf says, "Oh, sorry to cut it. It's good. Well, we'll be back next week. We're gonna try to do this once a week." And Tom, hopefully we'll see more than your forehead next week.
I don't want to show the rest of my face.
Okay, what happened? You grew a beard?
I don't want to look at myself, but that's all right. I'll just put a drawing up, you know.
We'll have an Astron image next time.
Yeah, just put that. That's a good idea. Yes.
Yeah. Thanks all, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Respect and love. Thank you for all your puts all forward. Thanks.
All right, guys. Thanks.
Take care. And you guys can hang back for a second. All right. We're ending the broadcast.